Hi, I'm Mike Abbey from iSeek Blinds. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install a chain-driven roller blind in an outside mount position. Now, when you open your little kit that comes with the blinds, you're going to get two brackets. There'll be a male bracket, which is this one here, male bracket, and there'll be a female bracket. I'm going to talk about those in a bit more detail later on. There's some screws to install the blinds into timber. There's some nice little bracket cover caps, which make the brackets look really neat, so you get a pair of those. You'll also get this chain safety device, and I can't stress how important that child safety device is to use, and you'll get this really sturdy screw to install that. In the little kit, you'll also get this little plastic ball, which is called a stop ball, and I'm going to explain to you exactly what that does and exactly how to install it. So let's begin with the installation. Now, I've got my brackets fitted flush with the outside edges of the architrave, as you can see here, because that's exactly how I've measured the blinds. Once the brackets are installed, we've got to get these little cover caps, and they just simply push on from the front. So you can see that's installed there, and that cover cap's installed there. So now the bracket from here is starting to look really neat. Now, I just want to put my gloves on for a moment, and then I'm going to explain the chain drive and the pin end and exactly how to install that. So just get these gloves on so I don't dirty my blind. Now, the chain drive's got this little cover that goes over the top of the chain drive, which you can see just here, and it's really important that that gets installed in the straight up and down direction. So you can see by doing that, see how my chain is hanging really equally from both sides? So it's no point if I'm trying to fit the roller blind like this, you can see the chain drive's just not going to work smoothly. So we're going to install the chain drive with that cover in the up and down direction. On the other side, this is called my pin end, and you can see the pin end is retractable. Now, this pin end does a couple of functions. Firstly, it holds the blind in position, but it's also, this is the way that we remove the roller blind, and to do that, while I'm here, we just turn that plastic wheel in the anti-clockwise direction. Can you see the pin is now retracted? So that's how I can remove the blind. If I just turn it back there, you can see I've got it back into the neutral position. And this is the starting position for the installation, and that's exactly how we've manufactured your blind to be installed in this position. Now, there's another little nice feature of this pin end, and that is if I turn it in the clockwise direction, can you see the pin is extending? Now, if I've got too much slack in the brackets and there's too much movement from left to right, well, I can turn that little pin end and it can just reach for a bracket. It's still really important that I have that little bit of float. The blind can never be fitted tight into the brackets, but by doing that I can just take up a little bit of slack. Now, if I keep turning, you heard that big click and the pin end has just returned back to the neutral position. All right, so once the brackets are installed, I've got my cover caps fitted, my chain is hanging importantly in the straight up and down direction, then the chain end just goes into the male bracket like so, and the pin end just gets pushed in from the front just like that. So you can see I've got my 1.5 millimeters of float, and that's exactly how we've manufactured the blinds for you. Now, blind's installed, blind goes up and down smoothly now, and we're ready to do two more things, and that is fit our stop ball and, really importantly, fit our child safe device. So we're going to begin with the stop ball, and I've just got myself a pair of long nose pliers, and what I do with this stop ball is I wind the blind down to where I want the blind to finish, and in this instance it's just below the architrave that I can see here. Now, because this blind is a back rolling roller blind, I'm just going to hold the chain just before it's about to go inside the chain drive and pull that down, and I'm still holding that position. I get my stop ball, I fit it onto the chain, and then I get my pliers here. Oops, that's going to stay on for me. I get my pliers here and I just crimp that into position. So the pliers make it really simple. Now, I still want you to look for the bottom, so I don't want you to use the stop ball. I want you to bring the blind safely to the bottom position of where you've measured to. But if by chance you do go too far, well, the stop ball won't go through the chain drive, okay? And that makes it really nice and secure. And make sure that you don't wind the fabric off the tube, which is the last thing we want to have happen. So brackets are fitted, stop ball's fitted. I've got one more little step to do, and that is fit the child safe device. Now, this safety device, it's the same one we use for an inside mount or an outside mount. It's actually got two screw positions. This is for the inside mount, but when I mount into an architrave, then I can use that front position, and you can see that it's got that little flat back there, and that's what's going to sit against my architrave. So the first thing I need to do is just open it up, just like that. So now I can put it over my chain. I've got my screw and my drill. Now I'm just going to bend down here. So I just got to be cautious of where that back position is there, so I can fit that over and then put the child safety device in the closed position. I now want to pull the pull the child safety device down so the chain is nice and taut, but then I've got to relax it because I don't want it to be too tight. So I'm just going to fit my screw in there, and I've just relaxed that chain drive. And now I've got that fitted nice and securely in position. So you can see the good thing about this child safety device is that the chain doesn't twist. You can see the chain is always going in the up and down direction, and now my blind is safe and I haven't provided any loop for any child. So everything's fitted nice and securely. So blinds are in the brackets, I've got my end caps on, I've got my float right, I've fitted my stop ball, my child safety's done, job's done, and time to go and grab a beer. Thanks for watching. Bye.